It is a nice cool autumn morning here at the North Carolina Arboretum. It's the right time of the year to be planting trees, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do just that. The leaves are off the tree, showing it is going dormant, but it also indicates that this tree will start developing roots as soon as we get it planted. Here are the tools that you will need: a rechargeable drill, a sledgehammer, measuring stick or ruler, round point shovel, a garden rake, and tree spade. To begin with, we're going to measure the root ball, both the width and the depth. The width is fairly easy. We've already taken the pot off the root ball and we measured the top. The depth, on the other hand, we need to measure from the topmost root to the bottom of the root ball. Next, we're going to measure the area for the hole and start by cutting around that area with our spade. The hole should be as wide as possible and ideally at least twice the width of the root ball. We'll finish digging the hole and continue to measure the depth again. The depth should be 1 to 2 inches above the surrounding finish grade. Next step that I'm going to do is to break up the root ball, making sure there are no circling roots or roots that potentially could girdle the tree. Now I'll roll the tree into the hole and position it in such a way that to make sure it's perpendicular from at least 2 angles. Now that I have it in the hole, I'm going to start spading in the backfill, cutting away the surrounding edge of the hole and firmly packing it down with my feet to reduce any air pockets. Once the tree is firmly planted, you may need to stake it to prevent it from blowing over. There are a lot of different methods of staking. Here we're showing a method that's fairly new, where we're currently recommending the use of 2x2 grading stakes. We place 4 of them, driving them down firmly into the solid ground around the outside of the root ball in a rectangle pattern. We drive them down deep enough that they're only 2 inches exposed above that root ball. Next, we actually fasten additional 2x2s to those 4 we drove in the ground, but placing them laterally and parallel to each other on top of the root ball, and then fastening to those stakes that we drove into the ground with screws. These 2 parallel 2x2s are securely tightened on top of the root ball. We're using untreated lumber, and it will rot away and not actually require any removal, unlike many of our older methods. Once this is done, you may want to consider watering in the tree one more time before mulching.